So guys, welcome to the 2018 Baselworld Watch Fair, where the sausages are expensive, but the watches are excellent. Unless the sausages are in the Blancpain booth, where they're the best sausages, and they're also courtesy of Mr. Hayek. So today we're here to discuss several different brands that he oversees. We're going to start with Breguet and Blancpain. Now today I saw one extraordinary watch. It was a ultra-thin tourbillon, which had a gonfla enamel dial, really done in a beautiful classic style, but with a really amazing tourbillon that was a tribute to your love for technical advancement, right? And I love the fact that it has a silicone hairspring and a titanium cage, and it's in a watch that's very classic looking. So maybe we can take a look at that, and you can tell me a bit about that.
That was really the idea. I personally love this piece a lot because I always liked and loved the manual movements from the beauty of it. The decoration you could do.
Sure.
Somewhere the rotor is, sure, we use it as a design element, but it destroys actually what you could do with the movement.
Yes.
And that's why I'm so happy about it, with the peripheric rotor.
Fantastic. And from there, maybe we can go take a look at this beautiful extension of the 50 Fathoms and 50 Fathoms Bathyscaphe family. As you know, it's one of my favorite watches. It was funny because when we walked into the stand, and the first person I saw was Eric Singer, the drummer from Kiss. And then he goes, check out what I have on. And he had the mil-spec on. And I'm like, oh yeah, check out what I have. And so we had this great moment of bonding over the fact that we were both fortunate to have enough to have this watch. What I love about this is you have now brought a beautiful extension of complications, right? So we have here the complete calendar. We have here also the annual calendar. Tell us a little bit, and we've got the golden date obviously here as well. Tell us a little bit about why you think it's nice to have these added complications in a diving watch,
Yeah, absolutely, because the 50 Fathom was a few percent of the overall sales about 6-7 years ago.
Really?
And now it's over 30%.
Wow, fantastic.
So having 1/3 more or less of the overall brand, and only having chrono in the three hand, got a bit difficult.
Sure.
So we have to continue the collection to have it growing, to combine also the other Blancpain side.
Of course.
It's the 50 Fathom, it's the instrument, it's a diving watch.
Yes.
You will always have the pure version. That's always the focus of the diving watch.
And usually the first one that a guy will buy also,
absolutely.
right?
I think it's...
And then, but there's a lot of people, which I think is true. Like they love their 50 so much, and they love their Bathyscaphe so much. They're like, I wish there were more versions of it. So you've had a chrono, a very cool chrono, which incidentally you can use underwater as well, which is. I tried that with some other chronographs. It didn't work out so well. But with the Blancpain, the quality is so good that you actually can. And I think I had this conversation with Marc. I was like, Marc, can you use the chrono afterwards underwater? And he said, wait, why would you create a diving watch with a chronograph if you couldn't use it underwater? And I was like, good point. So from there, we look at two cool calendar watches in the 50 Fathoms Bathyscaphe range. So this is a complete calendar, which you can tell with the moon phase indicator. And here we have the annual calendar, and I think it's a cool watch. The annual calendar is one of my favorite watches as well because it's like it's almost a perpetual calendar. You only have to correct it once a year on February, and it's so practical. And if I'm not mistaken, the correctors for both of these, you've gone back to the traditional correctors because of the water resistance.
Exactly.
Is that correct? Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Just on this line, and it's also why you see the complication about this Bathyscaphe, because historically the 50 was always more the instrument of diving. You have a larger basal. It's really influenced of readability, the Subilla Manova on the basal. What on the Bathyscaphe was historically, you didn't have. You had smaller. It was still a diving watch, but not first a watch, and then the instrument,
and then a diving instrument. Correct.
And that's why I said, there we can have the complications.
Yes, and there's an elegance to this watch as well, which I think is great. And if you want to talk about elegance, you want to talk about kind of a cool clin d'œil to the past. I think this watch is really cool. So look at the dial on this. This is really beautiful. That is sort of a fume dial, but it's a dial that's reminiscent of a very famous model that was made in your collection with a tonneau shape, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, yes. And the other one is also something we might see in the future, because there was a second version of the basal. It was an inside system. So
it was an inner rotating basal.
Inner rotating basal.
Wow, amazing.
And we might see that. Let's see, because the collection developed so much.
Yes.
So it might be that we will see in the future another case as well.
Yes. Wow, amazing. And then I just want to ask you 2 questions related to both brands, which you don't have to answer too specifically, but 2 of the most collectible watches in the world right now, and 2 of the most collectible watches that have the biggest communities of collectors. One is the old 50 Fathoms, and all the military watches and the Tornik Raybills and all those watches, and then also the Breguet Type 20s. In particular that era of Breguet Type 20s when you had the Valjoux 22 movements, and then which were they're so beautiful. It's so cool also because those are watches that people used from in the military, but they were so elegant at the same time. It was really like a sort of like gentleman aviator,
yes.
Which I think is great. Tell us, would you be interested to activate the codes of either of these 2 families?
Absolutely. I think it worked very well with the 50 Fathom. That for me, it was important to bring back the original.
Yes.
Get closer, have the technological advantage today.
Oh, yes, of the sapphire bezel, and so on. Yes.
All that, but.
Yes.
You find really the DNA. If you take an original, you can say, okay, that's
you see clearly
it's today,
yes.
but it comes from there.
That's right.
And when I look at really already for last 2 years working on overhauling the Type 20 today,
wow, amazing.
And taking an approach a bit similar.
Yes.
To go back to more of the elements closer to the originals,
cool. Yeah.
And. Even we're looking also for some original old movements to do a little replica series.
Wow,
series.
That's amazing. Mark, if you hypothetically
projects.
if you do that, may I please ask you if I could buy one?
I would be proud.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And then maybe briefly, is there anything else that you'd like to discuss with us? I see we have. I apologize. I haven't been to the Harry Winston booth yet, but I see here a Harry Winston case. It says on the side Histoire de Tourbillon number 9, so that's pretty exciting. Would you mind showing this to us?
Please.
Thank you very much.
That's because I like.
Whoa,
I know you like complications.
I do like complications.
For me, Histoire de Tourbillon working together with Greubel.
Yes.
As you can see.
Yes, with the multi-axis tourbillon.
Exactly.
Yes.
But they get very big.
Well,
and that's actually today the smallest one.
Oh wow,
it was
really?
Big. So it became for me more wearable. And
I love the use of the glass box for both the top and then for the back of the watch as well, because it creates the sense that the watch is much lighter and much wearable as well.
Yeah, you reduce and only the
and the transparency related to this movement. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to do this or bring the watch to the camera, but you have to look at this.
And if you look at the shape of the cage of Tourbillon, it's actually the emerald cut that is very typical for Harry Winston.
That's so cool. That's amazing. That's beautiful. It's interesting too because as I recall, sapphire is quite a light material. So as a result of having so much sapphire on the front of the back of the watch, you have something that's actually extremely wearable.
It's exactly that because that was for me the biggest objective to go in to make it more wearable.
Something you could wear.
They were great. But limit of not wearable anymore.
Yes, exactly.
And that's a piece I think you can. From the weight, from the size, it's really something you can wear.
Mark, may I ask, the case material this is?
White gold and rose gold.
Fantastic.
And 10 pieces limited each. And
beautiful.
Also stitching, that's white gold, platinum, and red gold stitching.
So even down to the stitching, the top stitching that you have on the bracelet, so I'm just going to turn it that way, that actually is actual gold thread. And on the white gold watch, you have platinum thread, which is, listen, that's just going to the upteenth factor of coolness. I love that. Great, thank you so much. Is there anything else we should discuss, or I think
the signing machine maybe from Jaquet finally finished.
Oh,
I think it's here because that was years back.
I remember.
Great idea that iPhone size, but you sign, and then finally it works.
An iPhone size automaton.
Yeah,
I love that. That's amazing.
Also, version for Harry Winston. Harry Winston was doing the technologies from Jaquet.
Yes.
But you have Harry Winston version because that there's each year an exceptional object that is. Last year was the opera glasses with diamond set.
Yes.
The year before, put a little handbag, golden diamond set.
Amazing.
And for me, it was always we should add something technical on it.
Yes.
An object inside, not just the beauty of the diamond.
Absolutely.
Set. And that's why this is something that was really fun to do together. So the shape is a bit different. It got bigger. Awesome. It's also something was to see 74 carats. So not exactly the same spirit of when you look at it, but the same one.
Oh my God, that's some serious
engraving.
Indeed.
It's like a big lighter.
Indeed.
So you have to rewind it.
Right.
You do it like this. until it becomes green. Yes.
Oh,
Now
okay.
we check the number here.
Okay.
It has to be the number you have programmed.
Yes.
Because all the yellow part here and here can be customized.
Okay.
So now it's 1738, which is the year of the creation of Jaquet.
Right.
The arm is coming out.
That's cool.
And you go here, and you take this.
And the idea is that you will program your signature.
Yes.
That's also why the code is there.
Incredible.
And everybody signs the checks.
I gotta wait to see someone sign a check with this.
Especially our wives.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
And you push here,
Yes.
and normally it works.
That is cool. That is so cool. Amazing.
That's it.
Thank you so much. That's
Pleasure.
Terry, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. I'm off to go see your friend Randall Lattmann now.